Hey YouTube, it's SoulPrime13 coming at you with another Transformers video review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the T-Spark slash Synergenics Godzilla crossover Megatron. And so honestly, this figure pretty much is just like Grimlock with a new head and a new paint job at this point. But I did eventually decide that I wanted to get the DNA kit for him, and it wasn't until I had finally made that decision that I did buy him. And I figured I'd just do a review of his base figure as it is, because overall it's not a bad figure. It's just very underwhelming considering the significant events it's supposed to represent, being 40 years of Transformers and 70 of Godzilla. So, you know, it's definitely a little underwhelming in that regard. But again, we all know the Grimlock mold by this point, and it's not a bad figure. It's just they should have done more for this. But we'll start with a look at the box. So we do have Megatron type Godzilla. This is just that Hasbro import sleeve for Takara stuff. And it's just, you know, the usual black and white lettering. We're not going to really focus on that too much. Let me get this sleeve off of here. Come on. And a much more impressive box awaits us within. Here we have both pictures of the robot and dino mode. We got some Godzilla there, and we got some very nice artwork of the Mega Godzilla here. On the side, we just got those logos with more of those same product shots. On the top, we got logos, 40-year Transformers, 70 Godzilla. Woo! Excuse me. Hit the camera pretty hard there. Same logos on the bottom. Same thing on the side. And on the back, we do get some product shots. And we do get the Kiryu slash Mecha Godzilla Optimus over here. I am not planning on getting that figure, though. Because it's just so far out of the way from being Mecha Godzilla. Even with the upgrade kit, it doesn't interest me at all. But that's it for the box. And then we do get a lovely instruction booklet. Nope, stop folding back together. Okay. I'm trying to show off the instructions. Oh my god, stop sticking together. There we go. So, there is all of that. And moving on to the figure itself. So we do get a couple accessories. We do get his traditional Grimlock blaster, and I did borrow my Siege Megatron's fusion cannon, since it's supposed to be Megatron. And you do also get these blue atomic breath effect parts, which is just our normal effect parts in blue. But, I mean, it is what it is. And obviously they are blast compatible, because that's what these were designed for. You can just stick them on there and have him shooting. I'm pretty sure these ones are too. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I'm going to take this off since it's not actually part of this toy. Put it off to the side. Moving on, we'll take a look at some of the details. And I will say, they did at least, you know, give him a very nice paint job. We got some nice decals here on his shoulders. We get a little bit of red there. We do get some red and silver like vents here on his chest. This part is actually still translucent. It's a very smoky gray, so it's sort of hard to tell, but they did do a silver Godzilla Transformers emblem here on his chest. We get this block here. As far as the head, from what I understand, this was like supposed to be a like prototype slug head or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, it sort of looks Megatron-y. I mean, it's mostly the colors. And he does have some nice red eyes. Moving around to the side here, he does have some nice gold on his claws. Some silver for the feet. Not too much on the legs there. You can see he does have some additional details on his dyno head, but we'll look at that more in dyno mode. But yeah, overall, it is a nice paint job there, and it is the Grimlock mold that we have all come to know and love. So not too much to say there. But we'll take a quick look at him in dyno mode. And we're just going to sort of breeze through this transformation, because again, this is not exactly something we haven't seen before. So we're just going to go ahead and fold in those fists. Oop. Yeah, mine's chest connections are a little loose, so sometimes when I try and move the arms, they pop, the whole chest pops loose. It's not like super loose, like, you know, sometimes it just needs to be pushed back in, but just be aware, it could be a thing. Anyway, we want to make sure that we tab in the elbows and then bring down the joint here. So we want the bottom tabbed in and the top one open, so that we can get our traditional T-Rex looking legs. And then we're going to pull the chest down, fold his head down, and then we're going to come work on the legs. Go ahead and fold up his heels. And we're just going to go ahead and flip the leg parts around, open this up, flip the leg part around, fold his head forward, tab the legs together, and bring out the tail tips on this armature. Come on, there we go. And bring these out. Make sure that these are properly compressed all the way, and then we're just going to close the tail. And then just tab everything together. Doesn't seem to want to tab for some reason. Hold on. There it goes. There we go. And then we bring this down, and we're going to just tab the chest in to the bottoms of his feet. And we bring his dino chest wings around. Make sure the head's all the way down, and then we just close these up around the dino neck. Make sure this is all together. Lower his head. And then there we have him in his Godzilla mode, which is literally just a T-Rex with a black paint job. But again, we do have some of those nice, like, I'm guessing they're supposed to be like the Godzilla scales that they've sort of painted on. And they did make the translucent part of his neck blue and sort of give like a black flame decal to it. I do kind of wish that they had like painted his gills on there or something, but you know, overall it does still look nice. You know, again, it's not a bad figure by any means, and as far as a crossover goes, the price isn't too bad. It's only $10 more than a regular leader class, which a lot of times, like, the deluxe ones are double the price, so it's really not a huge jump. And we do have some paint there inside of his mouth. Do got those golden teeth, and of course we do have that little peg so that you can do everybody's favorite Godzilla thing and make him use his atomic breath. So, and of course the gun does store in the same place as it always has, here on the back. Just tabs in. For some reason, again, this tail just does not want to sit together. There we go. Okay, come on. There we go. So yeah, again, it is literally just the Grimlock mold with a new paint job in every regards except for the Megatron head. And again, like, it really isn't a bad figure. It's just very underwhelming for such a, you know, significant anniversary for two big franchises doing a crossover together. And yeah, again, that's part of the reason I wasn't originally going to get this, but after a little debate and seeing the DNA kit, I was like, you know what, I think with the kit I actually do want it, despite the high price that comes with. But I will be doing a review and possibly a installation video for the DNA kit. But I did just want to go over the actual figure because, again, I keep saying it, it's not a bad figure. There's no major issues with it. And I actually ended up selling my Shattered Glass Grimlock because his arm was so loose it just flopped around. So I only had 2 versions of the mold, and I didn't mind having a third again. So, but yeah, again, it's a fine toy. I have no issues with the mold itself. I just think that the upgrade kit is actually worth it in this particular case. So I will do a video on that when I have the time. But I think that's all I really wanted to say for this little review and, a little just brief look at the base figure here. But I think I'll go ahead and wrap things up. And this is Soul Prime 13 saying transform and soul out.